My fitness journey started shortly after I graduated university. I put my health in the back seat to focus on my studies and soon realized that it was time for me to start taking better care of my body. The first gym I ever joined was Curves, and I really liked that atmosphere because they had the equipment all laid out in a circuit, and so I didn't really have to think much about what I was doing, and it was an environment that was not intimidating. I worked out at Curves until my husband and I moved to Toronto, and at that time, that's where my journey with weightlifting began. I joined a gym and started working with a personal trainer.
So I first met Shawnee in my practice. She came to me in 2009 with complaints of shoulder pain and neck pain and arm pain following working at desk job for many years, and also trying to keep very active with Pilates and yoga and lifting weights and doing cardiovascular exercise. She was quite good at doing that, and so, but she was having trouble keeping up with that and keeping up with her work without pain. The most significant flare-up in 2015 when she got a diagnosis of a cervical disc problem. She then was very concerned about that. The condition resolved to a point, but never really completely. And it was about that time that she started to say that she was now going to look for a different kind of fitness program that might meet her needs a little bit better.
We'll have talk because I know you don't like this one, but we love this one. 30 seconds.
When my husband and I moved back to Regina, that's where I met Michelle. Michelle was my hairdresser at the time, and she also was becoming involved with personal training and fitness, and so I started to talk to her about my fitness goals. I started to see results with other plans and other trainers, but I felt like I needed to do something different. Michelle and I worked together for several months, and she started to encourage me about changing my nutrition over to a personal plan. I was hesitant at first because I was enjoying Weight Watchers, but I was hitting a plateau with it. And once I started working with Michelle on both my fitness and nutrition, things rapidly started to change. I have a degree in anatomy, so I know what my body looks like under my skin. I wanted to see definition of my muscles, and I never had until I started working with Michelle. It was a slow progression at first because I was recovering from a serious neck injury, and I was back and forth between physiotherapy, MRIs, and I was seeing a wonderful surgeon who told me that by continuing to work out that I had helped my body recover without needing to have surgery.
I had noticed in her that she had changed. And so I said to her, like, you know, you look really good. She had had 2 children during our time from 2009 to 2015, and I said to her, you know, you're looking really good and you're really fit, and how are you doing with your fitness program? And she said she had started at Michelle's at Driven, and with Michelle as her personal coach. And so I was very interested in that because she told me how Michelle was setting her up on a new program of nutrition and weights and cardiovascular, and that she couldn't believe how much she had changed and yet was eating more, losing weight. She had lost 23 pounds. She looked fantastic, and her pain level was down. So I was very, very surprised when I noticed that, and so that's when I got very interested in what Driven had to offer for my patients.
Michelle was very cautious about my training program. She kept my weights very low even when I thought I could do more, and she helped me to focus on proper form. She consulted with other fitness professionals who had dealt with similar injuries in the past, so I really appreciated her attention to detail and mindfulness. I've always really enjoyed how welcoming and personal the Driven community is. That isn't something I found at other gyms. Other gyms have tended to be body-conscious environments, and I've shied away from interacting with a lot of people there. Driven's really helped me to find the confidence in myself, both at the gym and in my daily life. Driven has had such a positive impact on my life. I have 2 young daughters who are 5 and 6, and it takes a lot of energy to keep up with them. My daughters know that exercise is a part of who I am, and as soon as I get into my workout clothes, they'll ask me, Mom, are you going to exercise? Or are you going to see Michelle? I know that my kids will look back and remember me as someone who took care of their body by being active and eating well, and I hope that that has a positive impact on their lives and how they take care of their bodies in the future. Since my family also has a history of arthritis, I've witnessed the negative impact that it's had on my mom and other family members. And this has really motivated me to continue to keep taking care of my body because I want to be able to be active for as long as I can, because it's such an important part of who I am and who I want to be for my family.